Today on the Transplant Helper, I'm going to be sharing with you my full review of the MA15 air purifier by Medify Air. Spoiler alert, it's worth every penny.
Hit the subscribe button and the bell notification to become part of the Transplant Helper community.
Hey folks, welcome back to the Transplant Helper again today. My name is Jim Merle. I'm extremely excited once again to be able to share with you yet another great product from the company Medify Air. Now, if you're not familiar with Medify Air, basically they make a medical grade air purification system. And I say that because they are medical grade. It's also in the name, okay? Medify, medical purify. Good play on words, Medify Air, but they do make a medical grade air purification system that you will oftentimes find in your local doctor's offices, hospital type situations, as well as in schools, universities, dorm rooms, restaurants, and even in your home, which is the way I'm using this one right now. It is a great product. I've already did a review on the Medify Air MA50, which is basically the bigger brother to the one I have here, the MA15 today. If you want to check that video out, I'll link it up here in the corners as well as in the description below. You can go ahead and take a look at that. Basically, the only difference between the MA50 and the MA15 I have right here right now is basically comes down to cost and capacity. The MA50 is more expensive. It has a higher capacity as far as the amount of air it can clean in a certain period of time. This one is more cost effective. Doesn't clean as much, but it might be perfect for a space such as a bedroom, an office, maybe in the kitchen, around the house, or if you have a smaller living room, you could basically use this in any of those rooms in and around your house or in the office, wherever else you might be able to use this. So let's look at a few of the details over here, just kind of check out what it says. First of all, here on the box, it does say this is the air purifier MA15. That's the model number. The capacity on this one is about 330 square foot every 30 minutes. Now, that is not to say that you cannot use this in a larger room. You certainly can. It's just letting you know that it will cover that 330 square foot area in about 30 minutes. So if you want to use this in a larger room, it's just going to take longer for it to purify that air, basically. You want it to be most effective, you use it as they recommend right here. Now, let's look at the other side of the box with a few more details. Basically, this has a 3-stage filtration system built in, okay? First off, we have a pre-filter, which it says removes the larger dust and hair type large particles in the air. The second filter is the true HEPA H13 filter. I emphasize the word or the phrase H13 because the H13 filter is a better filter than you find on most of these air purifiers. As a matter of fact, to be deemed as an H13, you have to be able to filter about 99.9% of particles down to 0.1 microns, which is what this has the ability to do here. So the main filter, the H13, and then in behind that, we have an oversized activated carbon filter, which is very effective for removing odors and different VOCs, you know, fumes and stuff, really, that are basically in our lives. So all three of these stages very effective. All three of them do their jobs. Now, as far as what they claim to be able to filter with this one, we're looking at pet dander, we're looking at VOCs, we're looking at odors, as well as mold spores, pollen, dust mites, smoke, and certain bacteria and virus. Now, I slowed down when I said the last one, certain bacteria and virus, because they're not making any real huge claims that I can find about exactly what they're taking out. But hey, if they're doing anything at all to help me out and to keep me from getting sick, I'll take it. But for me right now in the South, we've got a lot of pollen, a lot of dust, molds, that sort of thing floating around in the air. Tis the season for allergies, and I want to avoid all of them I can. And so far, in using this one, as well as its bigger brother, the MA50, my family has done over and beyond much better than we have in years past. So let's turn around and see just another little side of this box. Let's see, back over on this way. Some of the features that you do find on here, it starts out with a child safety lock, which I happen to need in my home because I have 5 children. And so the child safety lock is handy because I really don't want any of them tampering with this, that sort of thing. In addition to that, there is an 8-hour timer that you can set on this. So if you want to just kind of set it and forget it and just let it run for a period of time, maybe turn off on its own, you can definitely do that. I've honestly been using this kind of 24/7 in my house so far, but you may choose to use the cutoff timer. It'll go 0 to 8 hours. In addition to that, it has 3 air settings, which we're going to listen to and look at in a moment because this device is relatively quiet for what it does, albeit it can blow a little wind on you toward the end of this thing. And then finally here On the last of this, you'll find the dimmer, and that's just basically the panel on top will dim. If you choose to hit that, it'll dim down so that you can sleep in the room, because these lights don't seem like much, but when they're lit up, all of them at night, it can get a little bit annoying, maybe a little bit bright on that side. So basically, that's the features that they offer. Let me see if there's anything that I'm missing here. It does have a filter replacement indicator, which is going to be pretty handy, because if you're like I am and you kind of forget to reach and pull those filters and visualize and view them, see what they got going on, you might forget, but it will remind you when it is time to change the filters. And so that's kind of about all we have here on the box. So before we take a look at the actual item itself, again, great product. I have it linked in the description below if you want to check it out. That will be kind of an affiliate link. If you want to purchase that, I'll get a very small commission. Won't change what you're paying, but I'll get a little bit of kickback from this. Aside from that, I own these products myself. I love them. Happy to have them. But the Medify Air is a good product. Let's go back over here and take a look at it. Again, it's this case right here. This thing weighs, according to the box, I think I saw it a while ago. Let me get back around it. I don't know where I saw it. Maybe it's on the front. Yeah, this thing right here weighs about 7 pounds. So it's a hefty item, and that's because it is well built, okay? This is not only good looking, got the logo right up here, Medify Air on the top. It's got a little readout panel on the top, which you'll find all of your controls. Let me pull it back over here so we can see a little bit better. We've basically got controls. We've got the child safety lock here on the very far left of the machine. We've got the timer that if you want to set that again from 0 to 8 hours, you can do that. Got the power button right here in the center. That's the one that you might notice is blinking right now. That's just telling me it's plugged up and ready to go. Then you got your fan settings and of course your dimmer right there. Now, as far as the item itself, again, weighs 7 pounds, very well built. You can take and pull the sides off. Both sides come off, which is a great thing about this one right here, because this is a product that draws air in from both sides. So basically pulls it in from both sides and then up through the top. So you got a double filtration system on this. I'll just go ahead and pull this filter right here. Again, it's exactly as I described. You got the pre-treat filter, you got the HEPA filter sandwiched in the middle, and then the carbon filter. You might see that's a little bit black on this side right here. Very durable. You can buy these on their website, replace these. Very simple. Pop the panels off, pop this back in. Be sure you always put the carbon filter to the inside. So hopefully that's how I'm going to place this back in right here. And then the sides kind of just go back up. I think they're magnetic, which is very nice. Kind of magnetic, if you will, and makes them snap in really easily and securely. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the power right here. When you first turn it on, it's gonna come on setting 1, which I'll try to be quiet and let you listen to that and see how loud that is. This is on setting 1. You might not even really be able to hear that. We're gonna go up to setting 2, or fan speed 2. I'll listen real close for this. Okay, now we're going to go over to setting 3, which is the highest. That blows a little bit of air right there. You can hear that. And let's see if I get something. Here's a piece of paper. Put a piece of paper over this. And you can definitely see there's some air. Let me see what I can do here. Yeah, see? I don't know why I get a kick out of that. I'm just a kid at heart. But anyway, you got the air blowing right there. And what I have noticed with this as well, you can definitely tell how well this is kind of blowing / sucking, because when I put it over here on the side, it sticks. See? Sticks right there. It lets me know that on either side, we are drawing a pretty decent amount of air. Of course, back on the top, there she goes. So great product right there. Let me turn it back down. I'll just turn it off. But anyway, that is the Medify Air Purification System. Now, as far as the M50, I've been using a bit longer than this one. It's done an outstanding job. Again, larger capacity, larger cost. But this MA15, there is no difference. When you're talking about those HEPA 13 filters, you're talking about 99.9% of, pollutants pulled out of the air down to 0.1 microns. That's pretty decent, folks. And this is a nice item. When it's on its lower setting right here, almost silent, doesn't bother you at all. If you're willing to put up with just a little bit of noise, You can go up to 2, or if you really need some quick purification of the air, go all the way to 3 and enjoy it. It'll definitely help you out a lot. I highly recommend this product. I will put a link in the description below again for the MA15 as well as the MA50 if you want to check those out. But for me, you're just kind of getting started, wanting something that can clean maybe the bedroom or just a room around your house so you can rest well and keep those sinuses clean and stay away from those bad bugs and viruses. This is probably your pick right here. So great product by Medify Air. Thank you so much for joining me today. Again, I highly recommend the product. I think you ought to at least go check it out. Until next time, stay stronger, friends.